one play that we wanted to break down for you all on after this game, and it deals with a theme that actually kept Duke in this game much more so than in the first game. And in the first game, it was a lot about Duke's inability to get into the paint. But in this game, having adjusted and practiced without Zion and understanding how these guys can play with one another, we were able to have a lot of success in the paint and really find our way in there in between the Carolina defense. So, Eric, break down this play for us here. It's at baseline out of bounds and coming out starting in our
Yeah.
normal set.
Yeah. So this is definitely, a set run play. There's going to be a couple of cuts and kind of a first look, on this play, and then it just feeds into like the motion offense that we've been running lately. The motion offense that we've had time to practice without Zion because you miss some elements that he contributes to the motion offense. So this basically just going to start out with Jav and Jack kind of just making cuts down the lane, and I think what it kind of focuses to serve here is it kind of creates like a little chaos. UNC has to react. I mean, Jav basically goes right to the goal. That's actually a quick look. If sometimes there could be a defense where they don't pay attention to that cut, and hey, you have a layup right there.
This one right here.
Yeah, Jack is just kind of following that wake that Jav creates. There's also could be a little dump right there, and he could be open. When it's not open for like the half a second that he cuts through, he just moves out to the corner. And then the third option is going to be RJ, who kind of comes down, and I think this role is he is supposed to read kind of the chaos created by those two cuts downs, which he curls and he cuts in front of Kobe
So he
White
comes
here.
up here and then down.
And it's almost open. It's almost open, and you can see the lane's wide open. But I think the UNC defender on the ball kind of cut off the passing lane, and Luke May actually was kind of smart and dropped back. You can kind of see there's hard to get this pass in right there. So they kind of just use the safety valve to Cam Reddish, which there's always guy popping out like that. But then it feeds right into the motion offense. Our guys are going to spread out, kind of occupy all like four parts of the court. And then we're going to get getting into the paint this game is we do a lot better at penetrating and kicking, like penetrating, driving in, which we were getting a lot of scores. But also when you penetrate, and you were doing that earlier in the game to actually drive and get the layups, now they have to defend that. They have to collapse on you when you drive, which means the kicks back out to the 3-point line are open. So that's what happened here. Arjun drives and kicks. Jack White also drives, and then opens things up. He has three defenders that have to commit to guarding him.
Yeah, so
And then he
I
has
don't think
multiple
it's
people open.
possible to make this pass, but he might have
Well,
been open.
yeah. I mean, from anytime you're coming like from one direction, you generally don't want to like try to pass back to the direction you just came from. It kind of cuts off that flow that you in the motion after. So usually it's like penetrate and kick. But you're kicking in like the direction that you're generally running.
Yep.
So I mean, like he does have. Like he could make a pass to Trey Jones if he wanted to, but I mean, just because the defender of UNC came up to try to get in a charge position, I guess. I
With
mean,
this guy.
Jav just does a great job of seeing the hole and kind of move before UNC has time to realize that he's still there.
Right, that opens up right here, basically.
Yeah, and Jack White makes a great read on this and a great pass.
A great pass. And Javin going underneath the bucket to make sure this thing doesn't get blocked. And then scores nicely there.
Yeah, I mean, Jav also had a great game. I mean, he was I think a block and a rebound each shy of his like personal record. And he also contributed 8 points. I think he was like 4 for 4 on layups. So he definitely fulfilled the role in the absence of Bolden.
Yeah, nice.